Hello, everyone. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for being here. This is your August 20th until the 30th of 2019. It's a general and love reading. I'm going to be doing a Celtic Cross. I hope that you all got through, the first part of August in an okay way. We've been going through a lot of partnership, relationship things are going on for a lot of people. There's a lot of karma going around as well, and that's of course because we've got the South Node, Pluto, and Saturn in Capricorn all together there. So I'd like to say first of all, happy birthday to Virgo, since we're moving into Virgo season very soon. Today is the 19th of September, 19th of August, 2019. So August season starts from the 23rd of August, and therefore I just wanted to speak to you for a couple of minutes in relation to a couple of the things that are very important in the astrology. So I will have at the bottom, if you're not interested at all in what's happening with the astrology, you can go straight on to the tarot. So what's very important is that it's still Leo season. And, with Leo season, it's been like all systems go. It's the sun being in Leo, Mars in Leo, Venus in Leo, Mercury has moved into Leo, and I just want to point out that on the we had a full moon in Aquarius on the 15th of August, and Aquarius has got to do with friendships. It's also the income house, but it's got a lot to do with social groups and associations, friendship, wishes and dreams. So something culminated around that time. Now Aquarius is all about the future. You've obviously had some sort of I can call it an awakening. Why? Because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is in Taurus, which has actually turned retrograde on the 11th. So I don't know what's happened for you. I'd love to hear your comments. What happened for you on or around the 11th? The 11th of August was a very important time because we had Jupiter turning direct. We had Uranus turning retrograde, Jupiter in Sagittarius, which is amazing. It's its rulership. It turned direct, which is amazing. On the 11th, we also had Mercury moving into Leo. So, a lot of Leo energies. So the full moon obviously was in the sign opposite Leo, which is Aquarius. The full moon was on the 15th. So on the 18th, Mars entered Virgo, and I'm using past tense because that was yesterday. So Mars into Virgo says that we've got to get all that work done. Virgo is all about looking at the finer details. We've got the energy of Mars to do that. So it's work, work, work time. Plus Mars is the energy. It's also the passion to do the work, to get the work done. So on the 21st, we're having Venus entering Virgo. So that's in about 3 days. Venus is not so strong in Virgo, but nevertheless, Venus is love, money, projects, whatever we're dealing with. It's in the sign of Virgo. Now, Virgo is the 6th house of work, health, and Virgo is all about health. So having Venus there, I think we're going to be doing a lot of things to make ourselves more either healthy inside or out. Venus is beauty. Anything to do with like beautifying ourselves. It's a beautiful time. Like Venus is, she's moving forward. She's healthy there. So that's beautiful to have. And the party's starting to grow in the sign of Virgo. Now, the sun, as I said, enters Virgo on the 23rd, which is 2 days after Venus ingresses into Virgo, and then 2 days later on the 23rd, the sun moves into Virgo. So That's why I'm saying happy birthday, Virgo. It's Virgo's solar return. Beautiful things coming in always on our birthday. Now, Mercury, which rules Virgo, enters Virgo on the 29th of August. Beautiful, very strong communication. Anything to do with also, Mercury is also commerce, it's business. So we've got the energy of Mars, we've got Mercury, which is strong communication. And all in Virgo, with the Sun in Virgo. It's got a lot to do with sixth house matters. So, as I said, it's our daily routine, it's our health. You know, even the Sun is our vitality. So we're all going to be feeling, we're going to have the energy to push forth and look at our health, look at our well-being, as well as, you know, anything to do with business, work, commerce is going to be very healthy. Communication will be amazing. Now, the day after, on the 30th, the new moon in Virgo, okay, this is a new moon, it's a wild card, it's blessings. That's why around our birthday, especially with our new moon in the sign which has its birthday, which is Virgo, this is incredible. So make your wishes around the 30th of August, maybe even a couple of days after that, because when you can actually see the moon in the sky, the new moon cusp, that's the time to send your intentions out, your wishes to the divine. So that's the astrology. What I want to say, which is very, very important as well, is that we are going to have a meeting. So in about 5.5 days, Venus and Mars, which are the lovers of the zodiac, will be conjunct. So this is very important in relationships. This is being very loved up, Venus and Mars together. They do work well together. It's all about, you know, if you know anything about mythology, Venus was married to another god. So Venus was Aphrodite, obviously, and she was married to another god, but she actually had an affair with Mars. So they're the lovers of the zodiac. So it's a time when, you know, when these two meet, and it happens once every couple of years. So it's really, really special. But not only that, after that we're going to be having beautiful trines, very lovely energies from Uranus in Taurus trining over to Virgo. Okay, so Uranus will be meeting up with Venus. Mars will be meeting up with Uranus as well in positive aspects. And also the Sun will be trining Uranus, and this is amazing. You know, we've got beautiful things coming in. Jupiter's moving direct. It's a wonderful time. It really, really is. And there's going to be a wonderful earthy grand trine happening as well. So that is a very positive vibe. Now, I won't go into details for a lot of you because many of you are not interested in that. All I'm saying is that the energies are very positive. Okay, so I will leave you with that. And I will go on to the tarot now. Thank you for listening to me. Hello, dear Capricorn. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you for being here for your reading of the 20th until the 30th of August 2019. This is a love and general reading. I'm doing a Celtic Cross. Hope you're all doing very well, dear Capricorn. It's been quite tough, I know. But things are picking up now. We've got a beautiful week ahead. I don't know if you've listened to the astrology section, the first part of the video. That's where I go into explaining what we're looking forward to. As I'm doing your reading, there's a major fire trine. So it's connecting the moon in Aries, Jupiter in Sagittarius, and Mercury in Leo. So beautiful, beautiful energies we're working with right now. Of course, it won't last too long because the moon moves very quickly. But we're also looking forward to a major Earth trine. So I know a lot of you may not understand what that is, but if you're not interested in the astrology, it's just a very, very blessed energy where the transits are concerned. So Capricorn, let's see what's going on with you at this time. We'll be taking a couple of layers of tarot for more clarity. Let's look at the now position. Oh wow, 9 of Swords. Your challenge is the Queen of Cups. So forget about the air sign, go for the water sign. In the area of home, 10 of Cups. In the recent past, you've moved on. I know that a lot of you have moved on from an air sign. Some of you are still maybe holding on. Let's see what's on your mind. Some of you are still waiting to walk through that new doorway. Okay, you're envisioning your future. And especially in the time of Leo, which it still is, it's all about fire, passion, and taking action. That's what Leo does. Leo is about the heart. It's the time to do that. So you've got the fire beneath you. We're now slowly moving into the time of Virgo, which is going to be very positive for you. Okay, because all the earth signs are connected in a very positive way. So if it's Virgo season, usually, you know, whatever is going on in your sign, it's in a very positive aspect. So let's take the near future, and you've got the World card. This is amazing. I love this card. In the position of you is the Page of Pentacles. That's it. We start slowly, steadily. Let's see what's around you, what's surrounding you. You've got the Emperor. That is fabulous. I absolutely love the Emperor for you. Let's look at your hopes and fears. 10 of Swords. That's the end. It is the end. Let's look at your outcome. Wow. You could not have asked for anything better. You are the Queen of Pentacles here. This is glorious. With the Queen of Cups, I do feel that this is for a lot of you. It's your own energy. Your challenge is to trust your intuition. You'll be fine. Let's look at the bottom of the deck. We've got the Four of Cups. And the fours always speak about home and family. Now, this is obviously an offer that's come through and you haven't either noticed it, you haven't acknowledged it, or it wasn't the right time for you to accept this cup. Now, this could be, you know, an offer coming through from someone who could have had air, could have had water in their chart as well, because it is cups, Four of Cups. But, you know, as I say with this card, it's not something that is received in a good way. So let's see what's beneath it. We've got the Wheel of the Year. Okay, so as I said, either it's a cup, it's the Ace of Cups coming from someone that you don't want to accept this cup, this offer, or it's got something to do with timing. Okay, it's got something to do with timing, and you were not able to accept the cup, but it is the general energy, and you are showing up, I should say, as the Queen of Pentacles, which is all about stability. Financially, you're beautiful. You're looking amazing here. You are very grounded. You are Capricorn. You are Earth. This is perfect. Let's see what's beneath the Wheel of the Year, which is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a wild card. This is a lucky draw. Okay, if you've been gambling any situation, luck is on your side. But in the beginning, you may think that it's something that you're not lucky with, but I feel that it's got a lot to do with timing again. So let's see what's beneath that. The Wheel of the Year is Jupiter, and it is a 10, which speaks of completions. Underneath that is the Page of Wands. This is like fiery energy, someone who wants to go on an adventure. This could be a passionate message coming through from a fire sign. Now, the Emperor can be Earth, Aries, Taurus. They do say he can be another fire sign. I see it usually as Aries or Taurus, so I'm going to stick to that. Beneath that is the Eight of Wands. Beautiful. So Eight of Wands is social media. It's like movement. It's not like the Hangman where you're waiting for something to happen. You are moving. You are taking action. Some of you could be flying to a distant place. You know, the wheel of the year is Sagittarius. It's all about worldly things, people at a distance. You are looking across the sea. Some of you may be communicating through social media, and you may have received an invitation and you're thinking on whether to accept it or not, to either go and visit someone or go to move to a distant place, somewhere which is not home. Okay, this is like you're ready to walk through that doorway. Now, even if this is not travel, the Eight of Wands would be just a lot of communication there. Cupids love arrows, but it's also a very, very quick energy, which is like it's giving you, it's the air that's been given to you beneath your wings, so you're able to fly to a destination that you want. And we've got the World card here in the near future, which is a completion of a karmic cycle. You know, we've got Saturnian energy in the World card, and we know that Saturn right now is in your sign, but so is the South Node, which talks about past karmic situations that are familiar, and we are supposed to be excreting because Pluto is there, and Pluto is all about death. It's about change and transformation. So therefore, we are dealing with a lot of karmic cycles, people. And I know how difficult it must have been for you guys, since you do have the South Node, Pluto and Saturn there. Now, even though Saturn is your ruler, and you guys, Capricorn is very integral usually, you're hardworking, which is Saturn. For those of you that are lacking in, you know, doing the right thing or having put in the work, then you may feel the jolt from the energies that are playing out. So it can be a tough lesson for you as well. Okay, let's see where we're at. So you have the Nine of Swords in the now position. A lot of mental anguish, sleepless nights, too much thought is driving you crazy. The challenge is obviously the Queen of Cups. Trust your intuition. Trust your emotions. Trust what your body is telling you to do. Trust how you're feeling, because emotions are all about how we feel. And because the Queen of Cups is someone who is very, very sensitive, she picks up on all these things. The challenge is to believe what you're feeling. And don't forget that, I'm going to say that Cancer, which is your 7th house, so your partnership house, is all to do with home stability, security. So a lot of you are looking at stabilizing your life. Okay, now if you've been in this situation where, because air, a lot of air with all those Nine of Swords, air means that there is no grounding. We've got air and water here, which is emotions and thin air. Nothing. So nothing really. And it's not a very grounding energy here at this time. Some of you, as I said, you're still dealing with the last, how can I say it? You're at the end of the journey of going with what emotionally fulfills you, and not about the other person. Why? Because we've got the Nine of Swords. I do believe that a lot of you have felt, I feel a sense of guilt here. Some of you are really worried about, if someone hasn't been treating you well, there's no point in worrying what's going to happen to them. So, and as you know, for those of you that are having difficulty in finishing up with a past relationship with someone who could have been quite narcissistic, if we don't have the ability to make the changes, then that's what happens with the universe. The universe brings in the changes itself. Now we've got two major arcanas, 3 with the Wheel of the Year, Wheel of Fortune. Yep, 3 major arcanas, which says that you've got a lot of free will here, but you know the World card, which is in the near future, is one of the strongest of the major arcanas in the deck, because it's Saturnian and it's the last card which speaks of completion. And even though it's a very rigid, very fixed energy, yes, it's even harder to get through. It's like a door that is actually not only locked, it's bolted, closed. It's like deadlocked. It's been hard, but because it's a major arcana, and look at all the green here. This is like, green is all about growth. It's all about health. It's healthy looking. It's beautiful. And you are Capricorn. A lot of earth energy I see in here. We've got, this is the card which shows, it's the card of Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio. But we've got a lot of green in this card, which, this is the Witch's Tarot. Green is what the Queen of Pentacles is wearing as well, and she's the Mother of Earth. She collects the harvest. So I think that your hard work is being paid off. Even if this is a reading about work, a reading about career, the outcome is amazing. Let's look at your foundation though. 10 of Cups. Now, because I'm not reading reversals, I'm going to say that once upon a time, maybe you were at the 10 of Cups, but what I feel is that this card would have been in the reverse. Okay? Because there was a lack of stability in your home, in your foundation. And why I'm saying that is that beneath the 8 of Wands is the 5 of Pentacles. And that's like 2 people that are feeling left out in the cold. So financially, they're not feeling stable. When a partnership does not work, neither do the finances. It's like a domino effect. And beneath that is the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords. Under that is the King of Cups. And that's incredibly, it's very funny because the King of Cups is usually the partner of the Queen of Cups. And I said that this was your energy and you are worried because you're showing up as a water sign. Now, some of you may have strong water in your chart. So, as I said, your partnership house is Cancer. But you may also be, some of you may have Scorpio or Pisces in your chart. Now, I don't have indications of that yet, but because I'm going to take more cards, we'll see. That's why I'm thinking that this card is probably in the reverse. So all those cups are spilt. Now, you could be in a committed relationship with that King of Cups, and it's hard for you to close the door on, maybe because there are children here. And with the Emperor that's in your environment, the Emperor is usually a dad. This is someone who's been through a lot. They've become experienced. That's why he's the Emperor. He's someone that you can totally depend on. He's someone very stable. He's looking at those children, which says that he could be a father. Now, whether these are his children or not, these could even be your children that he's looking over. So, you know, that's very lucky. If you have got someone like the Emperor that's on your side, what else do you want? Now, you were dealing with the King of Cups before, who could have been someone who had strong water and air, as I said before. Now you've got the Emperor, which is, as I said, Aries or even Taurus. Now, beneath the 7 of Swords, which was stealth, even, you know, someone who was very, very sneaky, I feel here, it's sitting right on top of the King of Cups. Beneath that is the Fool. And the Fool is Aries. This is the beginning of a cycle. You started a cycle. You felt like the Fool in this relationship, but you had children. Or you could have felt, yes, and even the Sun was beneath that, which is Leo. The Sun is all about children, true love. Yes. There's a lot of similarities I see with your reading and Sagittarius. I don't know why. Now, they do say that the Emperor can be any fire sign. So if you are dealing with a Sagittarius, I'm going to say if you have been dealing with a Sagittarian, why? Because even, and for others of you, I want to say it could be Leo, because we did have the Sun card under that. I feel that maybe the Emperor is someone who's already come into your life. I don't feel that they're brand new. I feel that you know this person. Yeah. And some of you may have compared the personalities. This is someone who is very grounded, someone who could be fiery, but this is someone that is very dependable. And I think that that's what Capricorn is looking for. Someone that they can depend on. Now, in the recent past, Six of Swords. So, intellectually, you've already moved on. Others of you have physically moved on. You are living separately. The door is open for you. Are you going to take that next step? For some of you, you may be not walking through that doorway because you're not quite emotionally ready. That is the case, obviously. You are going through a lot of transformation and change. After all, Pluto is very slow moving, and it's in your sign. We're still dealing with the eclipses on the axis Cancer, Capricorn, up until June next year. Now, I don't want to scare you and say it's going to take until June next year for everyone, because not everyone is born on the same day, on the same moment, on the same hour, on the same minute. Obviously, everyone's situation is going to be different. It's very positive to see this in the near future. Very positive. So there is a completion. Now, in the position of you've got that pentacle and you're wanting to make it grow. This could even be an adolescent child, but it can also be a message which promises something real for you. Or if we're talking about career, let's say that these are two different people that you're either working for or working with, doesn't matter. I still feel that the Emperor is someone that you can depend on, like seriously. This is someone who's all about their stability. He's a number 4. There's a lot of security in this character here. Even though sometimes he may not show his emotions, it doesn't mean he doesn't have them. He's wearing a silver armor. Why? Because he's protecting his heart. He's been through a lot. Now, in your hopes or fears is the 10 of Swords. I do feel that you've got the 9 and then the 10. I feel that you're hoping for the 10 of Swords. You're hoping for a restart, because this is the end of suffering. This is the darkest before the dawn. You're hoping for a new beginning. But don't forget that 10s, the 9 is worse than the 10, because the 10, we drop the 0 and it turns into an ace. So the Ace of Swords is a weapon that it's giving you. The divine spirit is giving you a weapon. It's giving you the sword. It's giving you the clarity, the intellect to speak, okay, clearly, concisely. It's giving you the sword to cut through the crap. So don't look at the 10 of Swords as being a nasty card. The outcome is you're the mother. You're the stable one. Your finances are great. You're the loving, nurturing energy, the stable person who's going to be around, who loves their children, who loves their partner, who will cook for their partner usually. They will cook. They do everything. They do everything at home, and then they're also business orientated. This is one of the nicest queens that you can get. The only drawback I'm going to say, and I'm a Virgo, so the Queen of Pentacles can also be a Virgo or a Taurus, right? The only drawback for me, and I'm double Virgo, is sometimes I hate myself for being too slow. We think too much before we move forward, and sometimes you miss out on opportunities. I think that that's the only drawback that earth signs have got. Other than that, they're totally dependable, amazing people, usually. Don't forget that we don't only have earth in our chart, we've also got water. You know, it's got a lot to do with our character. Where our, what's our rising sign, what's our moon sign, that changes our character. Doesn't matter that we're, the sun was in Capricorn when we were born, right? You may have moon in Scorpio in a very difficult aspect, and therefore you've got a very dark, mysterious, sometimes even very shadow side of an emotional persona. That's why I love astrology, because astrology is our fingerprint. It says everything about our personality. Of course, you need to know how to read the birth chart. So let's look at your love life. Capricorn. Oh, wow. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. I'm loving that. Look at all the trust there. Look at that. Look at the way she's lying on him. She's trusting him fully. And this is saying very soon. So again, Uncle Saturn, the Lord of Karma and Time, is up to his old tricks. And you've also got the Passion card. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. I think I'm going to stop at the second card and let's see what's at the bottom. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. I've done about 4 of the readings. 3 of them had this card. So the fact that it's saying it is safe, it means that obviously before you didn't feel safe. You were minding your heart. You were minding your body, your soul. Let's take more cards, dear Capricorn. Let's take more cards for a bit more clarity. Wow. Okay, 2 cards, 3, 4 cards. Okay. All right. So I was going to look at the now position. You have the Ace of Wands. You have the Page of Swords, which can be news, message, spying. And we have the Hierophant, which is Taurus. That's why I'm saying that you may have been in a difficult commitment. You felt boxed in for whatever reason, because the Hierophant can also be a contract, even if this is work. And you've got the 9 of Wands, okay? 9 of Wands is someone who's been battered and bruised and put through the ringer, but they're still standing. And I know that Capricorn is they're fighting spirits. I've had a couple of Capricorn friends in my time, and they are tough little cookies. And I have to give you that. Look at this. 10 of Wands all together. You're ready for a new beginning. Now, the Ace of Wands is usually an idea. It's a creative thought. It's also taking action on it, right? And I feel that you've come to the end of a burden and it's time for newness to come through. Now, the Hierophant is a number 5. I do feel that with 5, something comes in to change a situation. I feel that a message, because if we look at the sword that he's holding, you've also got the 9 of Swords. Here you've got the 10. I feel that the message that is communicated, or even working out or finding out that someone's been spying on you, they've been, I don't know, because the Page of Swords can be a little bit tough, even though it's all about truth. And again, we've got an air quality here, so Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and we've got a Page of Pentacles here, which is Earth. These could be 2 different children of yours. So I believe that whatever message comes through, it's going to be the straw that broke the camel's back. Now, the Hierophant is a number 5. It's Taurus. But I do feel that there is a completion because it's a 10. Oh, wow. I just had a tickle in my throat, all this talking. I went and got myself some tea. It's still very cold in Sydney, very wintry. Wow. So I was going to look at your home area with the 10 of Cups. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles, yes. So this is what's happening in your home. In your home area, I feel, as I said, with a 10 of Cups, it's probably in the reverse. Now, for some of you, of course, if you've passed that stage where you were feeling unstable because of a past relationship, not for, this is not going to be the right thing for all of you. We do have the 10 of Cups. For a few of you out there, you could be already in this energy here with the 10 of Cups where you're feeling very happy. Why? Because there's equal giving and receiving. Because the Emperor is someone that's around you. Okay? And the fact that the 10 of Swords is right above the Emperor, for some of you, this Emperor could be someone who is dealing with this situation and not yourself, because some of you have already closed the door on the past, okay? So maybe there are some legal issues that are still pending. But for others of you, as I said, if you already have the Emperor in your environment, then this could be a very balanced relationship. Now, he could even be someone who is financially well off, because this is someone here that is able to give, they're generous. This is someone who is a humanitarian that is in a position to help the needy for whatever situation. He's someone who's very generous. Now, the 6 of Pentacles is the energy of Libra. So Libran people are ruled by Venus, and therefore they try to bring in the balance. They like balance and beauty in their relationships. And even where communication is concerned, they're always the mediator. Okay? So let's take another card now on the 6 of Swords. Some of you may even be planning a holiday. For those of you that are happy, you are planning a holiday, and you'll be traveling over water for sure. Let's look at this six of Swords. And you've got the 2 of Wands again. This is crazy. 2 of Wands. There you go. Same energy. So you've been planning this for a while. Some of you actually have not taken that step. Some of you are still in a thinking mode, still planning for the future. And this is, for some of you, this is a choice, like a choice out of 2 situations. What do I do? Now, if this is business, you're obviously wanting to expand and grow. Why? Because the world ball in their hands says that they want to expand their business to the world market. So let's look at the crowning area now. You've got the Ace of Swords, which is, it's already been mentioned over here. So a successful new beginning. This is clarity. This is success. This is like finally making that choice. Let's look at the World card. And this is also clear and concise communication. Let's look at the World card in the near future. And 3 of Wands. From the 2, we go to the 3. So some of you have already walked through the door and you're at a stage of expanding and growing. So you've put in the hard work and you're waiting on the return. That's amazing. That's amazing. But it's funny that we've got 2 2s. Now I'm thinking that I feel that for maybe one person out there, if this Emperor has asked you, has offered you marriage, you're thinking about it very much. Why? Because the two twos to put together, there are four. It's all about stability. The move that you're wanting to, that step that you're wanting to take, and the decision that you're hoping to make is going to bring you a successful new beginning, but it's going to bring you also stability. Because you've got the 2 and then the 3, okay? 3 is a number of expansion and growth. You know, the major arcana is the Empress, which is like you have everything that you desire. That's the next step. Some of you could be planning a move to settle in a distant country. Could it be that you are dealing with someone who is a foreigner? Could this Emperor be a foreigner? Let's look at the position of you now. No. The Page of Pentacles. What's that about? No. And we've got the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is like feeling a little bit as though, you know, it's a card of fear. It's a card of like still that subtle, you know, it's our emotions usually when we're in a situation that we've been dealing with some sort of emotion for too long. It's like, you know, people that have got an eating disorder, they look at the mirror and they think that someone who is bulimic, you know, they look at the mirror and they think, okay, I'm still overweight, where they're not really seeing the truth. I think that that's where you're at. It's like Eight of Swords. There's still a little bit of fear here, but it's nothing to worry about. Why? You go from the 3 of Wands to the 6. That's a quick jump. Now, the 6 of Wands is someone who's very successful. For those of you that are working for this Emperor, some of you are worried about the promises. There is a promise here, but you're not trusting in it. A promise for success, and you're not trusting in that. So let's look at the Emperor now. And we've got the King of Swords now. So obviously the Emperor, as well as the fact that he is wearing a silver armor, for some of you he may have, and I think Libra. Usually the King of Swords is Aquarius for me. Now I know that Capricorn has been dealing with Aquarius in the past, of course, but the King of Swords could also be a solicitor, a legal representative. But I feel that if this Emperor has got strong air in his chart, it's probably Libra. And the King of Swords, if this is the Aquarian, for those of you that is still around you, look at what's sitting above him, the 10 of Swords. Let's take another card on the King of Swords. And there we go, 8 of Cups moving away, which I love to see, absolutely, okay? Growing spiritually. Lessons make us grow. They make us mature, no doubt. And we've got the eclipsed moon here as well. So we did go through eclipses during July. I feel that this is probably the energies from the eclipses. The King of Swords, whoever this is he from your past? It's time for him to move on. He's looking for something else, for a relationship elsewhere, because the 8 of Cups is someone who is looking for those 2 of Cups, an agreement. Let's look at that 10 of Swords. And we've got the 5 of Swords. Conflictual energy. Usually there are 3 people here. This is what you're fearing, obviously. You're fearing the worst. You're fearing that you're going to be at an imbalance. The last duel. Let's take another card. You've got the swords in your hand. You've got the upper hand. Don't forget that. And here we've got the King of Pentacles now. Wow. Now you've got 2 kings and an emperor. But remember how I said that the Emperor is, obviously, he's Aries or Taurus, may have Libra as well. I believe that the King of Pentacles is this person. And why? Because you are the Queen of Pentacles. This is a couple here. So obviously this Emperor has got very, traits of stability, earth, strong earth. Usually Taurus, for me, the King of Pentacles. Look at this. This is amazing. I'm thinking that if you've had fears that you could not depend on this person, well, it's actually hard to get rid of them. This is not someone that is going to be leaving you in a hurry. This is someone who can deal with situations. This is someone that will help you fight any situation. He'll be on your team. Okay, so whether this is work, another co-worker, this is a kindred spirit for you, the King of Pentacles here. And it does speak, and I was saying that the Emperor was someone who was probably financially very stable. Now, I want to say this as well. For those of you that are still dealing with the aftermath of the Ten of Swords and the air sign that was once in your life, the King of Pentacles is someone, if we see him in a negative connotation, if he's a business owner, let's say, this could be another side to him. He's very money hungry. He's very stingy with his money. He likes to have everything to himself. This is the shadow side of the King of Pentacles. Or it's someone that only worries about money and work, and he's not emotionally open. He's always at work, 24/7. But again, also, Capricorn is very hardworking as well. But I do feel that this is mainly your Emperor here. I do feel that. Now, for those of you that you're dealing with a family situation, and don't forget, we've got the Hierophant here, remember? Okay, so, and the Hierophant is sitting on top of the Queen, hold on, sitting on top of the Queen of Cups, which the Queen of Cups is someone who's got an open heart. Your challenge is to open your heart and don't worry too much. So you go from you've got the Nine of Swords, you've got the Eight of Swords, and you've got the Ten of Swords, and the Ace. There is still a lot of mental energy, and the Six of Swords as well. The Hierophant is the promise of marriage. It's the promise of, if you are in a group, that there is support there, whatever group this is. This could even be speaking of faith, religion, spirituality. I do see the Ace of Wands as something that is very passionate, right? This is like sexual passion as well. And I'm saying that because the Emperor, usually we say, is very fiery, but he's also, as I said, I see him as Taurus because usually in a lot of the illustrations we've got a bull. So it's either Aries or Taurus, and I'm going to say it again. Why? So I can explain to you that the Hierophant, I do feel, is the energy of the Emperor. That's where the similarities are with the King of Pentacles. And I feel that because he's quite fiery, he's quite a passionate bloke. Fella. And this is a message of truth that's coming through. But as I said, it can also be anything to do with education, educating yourself, news that's coming through. And I'm going to take one card now on the Hierophant, because it is a 5. Sometimes the Hierophant can be quite difficult. Why? There's a lot of similarities in the Emperor and the Hierophant because both situations are quite restrictive. So doing things by the book here, doing things in a religious way. As I said, some of you may be from a different culture, okay? And there are issues. It could be like differences, not issues, differences with the Hierophant in your upbringing, the way, you know, your childhood and all that. Let's take one more. And we've got the Four of Wands, and I knew that. I said before, you've got the 3, the 2 and 2 of Wands, they equal 4. Here it is. Here it is. This is a commitment, no doubt. This is like putting down roots, stabilizing. It is a number 4. You've got the support of the Emperor here. What else do you want, dear Capricorn? I'm totally over the moon for you. So happy about that. We've even got the Passion card here, and we've got the Ace of Wands. What I'd like to do is I'd like to take some Sibillas on the Emperor. We've got Amalato, which is low morale, and it's the Four of Swords, which is, Four of Swords is usually taking time out, maybe needing to heal in some way, okay? Or even just, it's going to take time. The Four of Swords is a time of waiting. Here we have the Ace of Swords, which is dispiacere, which means that it can be quite hurtful, but it can also be the truth. A successful new beginning. Sometimes with the dispiacere, I do say that if it's surrounded by totally positive cards, then these could be tears of joy. Let's see what's after this, though. And we've got merriment and happiness, but it's the Five of Cups. Merriment and happiness. And here we've got 2 males and a female. So that's why I'm thinking that the Five of Cups is like concentrating on the spilt cups and not looking at those 2 that are still standing. Let's take another card. I think that there are a lot of mixed energies here because we've also got the King of Swords. What fell out? Amica, the Four of Wands, harmony, balance, your confidant, your best friend. Beautiful. But this is also like Libra, and Libra can mean legalities. We do have the King of Swords here. This Emperor could be dealing with a past situation as well. He may also have, if it's not, it could be, I'm not thinking that it's around a relationship. I do feel that it's probably got to do something with health. Health, maybe a will, I don't know, something like that I see here. But nevertheless, with the Amica here, you could not get a more positive card out here. It's all about stability. It's all about balance and harmony. Dear Capricorn, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of my handwritten cards here. I want to see the Emperor. Oh, wow. 2 cards opened up. I'm not going to take them. I only want 1 card. 1 card. You know what I'm seeing here is that it's a little bit funny because we do have the King of Swords here, and I'm thinking I'm going to put them separate. Why? Because I want different messages for each one. I don't want the energies getting mixed up, and I do feel that the King of Pentacles is the Emperor, so I won't be taking one. Okay, so the Emperor, what does he have to say? I want you to be happy. I'm here for you always. If you want me to, and it's got question marks. So this is like the Ten of Pentacles. He's waiting. He is there. He is there. He's someone that you can depend on. Let's look at the King of Swords. The King of Swords, King of Swords. Let's see, who is this? I got carried away. I didn't want to hurt you. It didn't mean anything. This is obviously for those of you that are dealing with the past, with the person that you've been trying to move away from. This is obviously the King of Swords, and he's moving away. And thank God for that. That's all I can say. That is all I can say. So, dear Capricorn, it looks like the Emperor is here and ready and waiting for you when you're ready. We do have the very soon and the passion. There is strong passion here. The point is, are you ready to move into a new relationship? For those of you that have been going through a lot. For those of you that are single, you've got 3 different people here. You've got a King of Pentacles, which for me is mainly Taurus. The King of Swords is Libra or Aquarius. And the Emperor is, as I said, Taurus or Aries. Okay, so I do hope that this was of help to you. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. Thank you, dear Capricorn. Wishing you well, all the best. Talk to you soon.